Hello. This is just about how I feel like love without boundaries is really just self-neglect and why all these things are very, very important if you want to be successful. Giving her everything leaves nothing for yourself. When you're giving this girl all of yourself, when you're giving her all your time, all your energy, all of your emotions, all of your happiness, like it can feel good. And I think that it is really good and it's really a beautiful thing. Like a lot of people don't get to find love and you feel like it's finally something you've gotten and you don't want to let it go, but you need to realize that you also have to put yourself first. You can't just find somebody you love and just automatically put them in the spotlight of your life because you'll end up leaving yourself behind. She may like recharge off of you. She may love hanging out with you because you make her happy. And of course she makes you happy too and you love spending time with her as well. But sometimes it is better just to set that boundary and let her know like, oh, there are going to be times when I'm going to be busy or there are certain things that I feel like I have to work on in order to be successful. And that shouldn't be a problem. She shouldn't have a problem, kind of yielding that time to you because if someone truly cares for you, they're going to want you to be the best version of yourself that you can be. She may recharge off of you, but then who's, recharging your batteries because maybe you get that time alone and you're just tired, or maybe you like expressing that you get that space didn't go so well, and now you're feeling bad about yourself and you're maybe backstepping or backpedaling. When in reality, there's nothing wrong with one space. Don't let the love distract you from building your own foundation. Don't be blinded by the rose-colored goggles because that's not gonna lead you anywhere. You're gonna end up being like a fucking loser or something. You can't let one person dictate your life. Is what I think that I'm trying to say. If you let one person rule everything that you do, if you give one person complete control over your autonomy, even if they do have your best like in mind or at heart, even if they do absolutely, genuinely and wholeheartedly enjoy spending time with you in the most authentic way, if they're taking all of your time, then there's not going to be anything left for you, for yourself. Like, yes, you'll have times when maybe you go to work or in class or you have that time apart, but that's also time you're dedicating to other things. You're giving her all of your free time, the time when you are supposed to be the most yourself, doing the things you love. That's why I really don't like the statement that, oh, we have time apart, we have work apart, we have school apart, we have this, and that apart. Okay, yes, we have those times apart, but you have to realize when I'm in those roles, you know what I'm saying? I'm not truly being myself. So even that time apart, yes, it's time apart from you, but this isn't about you. This is about me needing space and me, feeling comfortable expressing that to you, feeling like that it's safe to do so. So yeah, love without boundaries, that's self-neglect. You can't be doing that. Up next, your feelings should not equate to your schedule. Regardless of how you're feeling, you need to realize that you can't just quit. Just because you're not feeling like it doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It can be a hard thing to do, but it's also an easy decision to make if you're really dedicated to it. If you really, promise yourself that you want to be better. Yes, things are gonna feel hard, but the choice should be easy. Or the decision could be easy to do it. The action can be hard though. You just gotta do it. You just gotta, like pull your pants up and do it because no one's gonna do it for you. The only person riding on your success is you at the end of the day. And you need to stick to your habits, even if your emotions are running high. Bro, this rain sound effect is sleepy. Stick to your habits, even if your emotions are running high. You can be upset about something, maybe your girl got you mad or your mom got you heated or anything. If you let that like fuck up the other stuff you gotta do in the day, and that's a compounding loss. You're taking one loss, you're taking one thing that makes you mad, and you're letting it fuck up everything else in your day. That is a compounding loss. You gave that person a complete and total victory over you by, letting them fuck up anything beyond that 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I saw a study once that said it's physically impossible for a person to hold an emotion more than 11 minutes without actively egging it on within their own brain. And I don't know if that's true or not, but shit, I would try to live by it. Because you really got to think, how much time are you giving to people who truthfully probably don't give two fucks about you? You're feeling some type of way about them the whole time. They're probably not even pressed about you, or maybe they are. But even then, you're giving them the satisfaction of knowing that, they're fucking with your head. So, and especially if they get you off track with what you got to do for the day. Like, let's say somebody says something you don't like. Your significant other says something you don't like, and you say, like, just ruined my whole day. Actually ruined my whole mood. You're letting one thing ruin your whole day. you're like one thing going your whole day. Nah, you shouldn't be doing that. You gotta be more grounded than that for yourself and for whoever you're with. Not even just romantically, just don't carry around that level of spite in your heart. It's not good for it. Emotions pass. She'll be upset at you, but really in the long run, if you can, really get on your grind and do what you gotta do, I'm sure if that is truly like the love of your life and y'all grind it up together, I'm sure that at the end of the day, she'll be happy and she'll respect you for doing what you gotta do. It's really just all about how you present it, in my opinion. Next, put yourself first, respectfully, not selfishly, but do it with a little bit of strategy. Um, first, yes, you love her. Maybe, maybe you just really like her. Maybe you don't even love her, but that love's not guaranteed. She's not guaranteed. She's a person with her own autonomy and emotions change, People change their minds all the time on things like that. So she is not entitled to give you anything. And if anything, that shouldn't want to make you double down. Like, obviously still go hard for the person that you love, but the fact that, people do have options and people can change their mind should motivate you to want to be the best version of yourself. And unless you and your significant other are really locked in on the same wavelength like that, and you are genuinely making each other better, if you're not doing that for each other, then you shouldn't be giving all your time to that person. If all you're doing is chilling, eating junk food, like watching TV, like that's just not gonna work. You need some substance. You need anything, something, because that's gonna drain you. Like, yeah, it's fun to smoke weed and get high and drink and eat with a person you really care about. But in the long run, first of all, it's taking time off your life and her life because all this processed food is not good for you. Second of all, you're eating away in your own time, brother. Morality, is not promised. We all die, and you're actively pushing yourself to an early grave with that. So, would not recommend that. If you stop building now, you'll regret it later. And I think this one is certainly true. Hold up. Perfect. If you stop building now, you're gonna regret it later. You're gonna be like, oh, why didn't I keep up with that project? Why didn't I keep doing that thing I like? Why didn't I this and that? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be sick if you end up lonely because a girl left you, rightly so. They have that choice. But then you're not gonna have anything because you put all of your energy and your time and your eggs into one cup and one basket. And that basket done ran off from you. So sick now. You sick now. So keep on working on yourself. That's really the moral of the story. Don't ever let one person derail the train. You know what I'm saying? Don't let one person derail the train. Don't let, that's not good. Next. Oh, your future self deserves the best version of you, not the leftover scraps after love drains you. I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote that prompt. Love can drain you though. Maybe. Well, it depends. It's really got to be a super high frequency that you're seeing somebody for the love to start draining. Especially if they're coming into your space or encroaching on your space, and it's not like a shared space for you two. Like if you have a girlfriend and you live together, okay, yeah, she's gonna be in your proximity. But if it's a girlfriend and she's constantly, coming over to your house, or a boyfriend constantly coming over like to his girlfriend's house, I feel like that would be, draining in a way. And that's why it's important to set these boundaries. Be like, okay, sometimes I need some time to myself. That's how I feel. There are times when I need time to myself. It's natural. I've seen a couple, like I saw on TikTok, there was a couple with, 2 separate bedrooms. I don't think I would do that, but I might for real. And then y'all can just have turn sleeping over. Alright, next. Stay focused, even when the love feels good. The high of love is temporary. Your goals are permanent. I like that one. The high of the love is temporary. I'm in love, y'all. The high of the love is temporary. Maybe the love keeps going. But your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, those need to stick with. You cannot leave those behind. That is very important cargo that you cannot just so willingly give up to another person or give up for another person. Like if you have some kids, okay, yeah, like you probably gotta, step aside and get yourself a little bit. But if it's just another person you have no like familial or blood relationship to, I don't think you should be putting your dreams on hold for them. Don't soften your ambition because things are going well romantically. This is where I fucked up. And it was for a while too. I would see this girl and we just kept seeing each other and seeing each other and seeing each other. And I really like seeing her, which is the craziest part. I just felt like it got to a point where it was just so like draining and it was taking up all my time every single day. It's just like, bro, I need some time for myself. It's really getting hard for me to focus on my goals. And for a year, I was stagnant, you know. And the crazy part is, like, I loved her probably more than anyone that I've ever met, ever. But love can be draining. Love can take from you. It give it and then take it away. And that's definitely where a lot of the passion for this video come from because I've been in that situation. I'm like recently stepping out of it. When love is new, it's a new feeling. You feel like it's the only thing that matters, but you also matter. You as an individual. If she respects you, she will respect your mission. She'll respect what you are doing. It really won't be that much of an issue. I mean, she should want her own time anyway, but if you know that she's getting a little bit too clingy or being around a little bit too much or not she, them, if anyone's being around too much or being too clingy or feeling like they're entitled to your time and are rude when you don't give it to them, that's when you need to set that hard boundaries and let them know what's happening, what's up, what's up, why are you trying to take all my time away? What's happening? Why do you feel like you're entitled to this level or this access? And like, when did that become okay? When did that become an acceptable thing for you to do to me? And then be rude about it, especially if they're rude when you set a boundary or, I mean, people can cry because, sometimes setting a boundary can feel like punishment in the problem. It's like, oh, well, you didn't like that I did this. Why are you holding love? Or why are you doing this or this or this or that? But it's really that deep, y'all. Sometimes, people need their space. And last, women will respect a man who does not, who doesn't fold for validation, who's not so easily swayed by the winds of the popular. No, I'm trying to sound like Shakespeare, but just don't go along with the crowd. Really, stick to your guns, stick to what you believe, because at the end of the day, that's you standing on what you have to as a man, and that's a very self-assured, mature person, which is what you want to be. Because why wouldn't you? If you're begging for attention, you've already lost. You've already given them all the power. You put them up here, and you're like down here shitting, like trying to reach up and grab whatever scraps of validation they can give you. You don't want to be doing that. Man, woman, or child, you don't want to be begging for anyone's validation. And you need to stand on your values, even if it means, losing her. Because if you're faking your values, if it's a real value to your core and you're faking it, it's not going to last anyway, unless you're going to live your whole life miserably. And no level of people pleasing should allow you to do that to yourself. You should not fake something to get a girl. You should not continuously act like something that you're not and don't aspire to be to, win the affection of a woman. Because it's not going to last. And, don't chase her. Chase your purpose and let her choose to say. This one really speaks for itself. Chase your purpose. You'll meet the right person on your path to greatness. And, just have to get this one. I thought that these were good thoughts that I was having. Maybe. Either way, let me know if this one was cool. See y'all.